we're going to be going over my 2026 Filofax planner. I have the personal Filofax in crocodile in the color chestnut. And yes, it is beautiful. And I really, really love it. It was very expensive. My husband got it for me, but I'm so truly blessed to have him in my life, for him to spend such a ridiculous amount of money on something that makes no sense to him. But first, before we begin, I have this Juicy Couture charm that I stole from my sister's charm bracelet that she no longer wears. It was from like middle school. And then I have this bracelet that's from Florence, and it broke on me while I was wearing it. It was like the third or fourth time I wore it and it broke. I was so upset, but I just put it in here so I could remember and still have it on display. And then, not to get too deep into it, I have stickers in this zipper pocket. And then in the back pocket, because there's this whole thing, I have my Kindle. And then if you're interested, it's pictures of me and my husband back here. This is a picture I took off of a disposable camera in Turkey. I have these little fruit post-it notes from Shein, funny enough. They're so cute. It came with also a pear and I think a tangerine, but I chose the more fall winter fruits for the season. And then on this sheet, it's just the yearly spread. Also, I don't know why I've never realized this before. July and August both have 31 days. I know the knuckle trick, it just like never clicked in my head that they both have 31 days, and I didn't realize until I started making inserts, which, yes, all of the inserts in here I have created minus the Filofax notebook pages. On the back, I have my 2026 bingo. And for my bingo, I put watch Pride and Prejudice because that will happen without any effort. And then on this page, for the photo insert, I have this postcard from London that I got at a vintage shop, and then one of those stickers that were in the zipper pocket. And on the back, I have a little Polaroid of my husband and I at our wedding. Okay, I made all of these inserts, as I said. I'm gonna be replacing some of these. I'm not gonna show my filled out pages because that's a little too personal for the 6 people that will view this. And as much as I trust y'all, the 5 of you, the 6th person cannot be trusted. So we're gonna skip ahead real quick. This is my January monthly insert. I did this on purpose. I know a lot of people might think that this wastes a lot of paper. Yeah, it does. And I print on pretty thick paper too. So yeah, my Filofax is thick, but I made these, so I wanted to use them. I put Bible verses on every month because it brings me comfort. And then the inside of my spread just has the days and then things that need to happen, my notes for what needs to happen in the week. And then on the back, I have January inbox. So anything that comes up during the month, I write it there. And then just to quickly shuffle through the rest, I have February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, and December. Also, this video is sponsored by my Etsy shop. I sell some of the inserts that are in here. the monthly inserts are inserts that I sell. So if you're interested, go check them out. If you're not Christian, I will likely eventually release a version without Bible verses, but they'll look different because it doesn't feel right to me to take out the Bible verses. They'll be different. If you like the vibe, it will still be the similar vibe. It just won't have Bible verses. Anyways, the way I set up my Filofax, I have my days right here, which I also sell. I personally plan my days vertically, and so that's how I have it set up. So I'm going to include my January. Oops, that was not graceful. Inserts here. And then I obviously fill this out as the week goes by, and then I have designated highlighter colors. I mean, I guess you could tell with my January. Orange is tasks, pink is planned or classes, I suppose. Green is related to money, obviously. Blue is, I don't know, blue is kind of miscellaneous. I need to pick a color for appointments though, and I had a color picked, I just don't remember which one, and I'm worried it was yellow because I hate highlighter yellow. It's so ugly. No offense if that's your favorite. But anyways, I write it down, whatever tasks need to be completed in a day, and then I just highlight it off whenever I finish it, and whatever I don't finish gets transferred onto the next day. This is my finance section. I have my finance calendar. I don't sell this insert because it's very similar to Sleepy Notes Club financial insert, and I don't feel like it's ethically or morally right for me to sell something that's pretty close to what she's selling. I just made it myself because I wanted it to have a bit of a different style. But I have the calendar to track what I spent in a day, and then I added this total at the end of the week so I could track how much I spent a week. I have my fixed expenses, so like bills and insurance and whatever else I have to pay every month, so I keep track of that. My income, expenses, where I track how much or what I'm spending outside of the fixed expenses. So for example, like if I spent $10 on coffee here, I would include it. I won't lie, halfway through the month I usually stop tracking stuff because I get really upset by how much money I spend, but it's kind of good because it shames me into not spending money. And then I have my no spend calendar in the back, and I'll show you for December. I did a relatively decent job. Around Christmas I broke. It happens like every year. And then I also keep one more insert. It's front and back, and I've only filled up the front page. But this is just payments so that I could track essentially these. Except I keep the balance. So I could see if I'm improving on any debt I might have or not improving. This section's my monthly health calendar. I write down my classes for the month in here, which is a little redundant because I also keep it in my primary calendar, but I personally don't mind. I like seeing it here too. I don't mind showing this, so I'll show it to you. And then I track the physical activity I did, along with how long I participated in the physical activity. I track my sleep. Oh, also, same situation with the finance tracker. I don't sell these because it's based off of Sleepy Notes Club's tracker, and I don't feel comfortable selling that because it's hers. Ooh, you got a sneak peek. Sorry guys, I didn't mean to do that to you. I will show you. I changed the layout a little bit, which is the nice thing about making your own inserts. So I still have the same thing as the front page. Seems the same. Honestly, it doesn't seem that much different unless you know what it actually looks like. And honestly, it doesn't matter. But I have health log, mood tracker, and then other trackers. So for example, I did skincare and then sleep before 10 and reading. Clearly, I didn't make a dent in those two habits I'm trying to create. Anyways, here you could see that it becomes a notebook page. I changed the layout. Where is it? Hang on, guys. I have a tracker for my husband. He has a health condition and we need to track how often he has flare-ups, essentially. So I track it for him. And then I have the monthly calendar on the back because it doesn't happen frequently enough to have a month calendar. There. Anyways, I also have meal planning back here and then meal tracker. Also, I sell this, except not as a meal planner, but as an undated weekly insert if you're interested in it. It's very straightforward. And then meal tracker, or this is meal planning. My bad, sorry. Meal planning and then meal tracker. I've been using my Filofax since November. I have yet to use these, so I'm going to take them out actually before I forget because they're just bulking up my Filofax. This section is my gratitude section. I'm gonna skip to where I haven't written. Here. I have my gratitude list. And you know what? My gratitudes are, I could share them. It's fine. I personally thank God before my gratitudes. I sell my gratitude lists. I also include a section or a template that doesn't have this part up here, so you don't have to write anything up here if you don't want to. But yeah, I try and write at least 10 things I'm grateful for each day. And it really helps because I have a bummer mindset, and keeping track of what makes me happy and like the blessings I have and the things I should be grateful for really help. Unfortunately, on days that I have bad days, I have a hard time doing my gratitude lists, which is pretty ridiculous because those are the days that I should do it the most. Anyways, I have printed out more for the whole month. I'm thinking about flipping my sections to put the gratitude list where my finance calendar is right now, because I honestly sometimes forget about my gratitude list, and so there are days missing, which is really frustrating because I don't want to forget to do it. But we'll see if I actually go forth with the idea. Back here, I have my lists section. I'm a list person. So I have a lot of different variation of lists. I have grocery list, shopping list, which is different. This is stuff I want to buy. Grocery list is what I have to buy. I have another picture from Istanbul. Presents, because I get present ideas for people randomly and I want to be able to keep track of it. Oh, I was considering how much it would cost me to make a 6-ring binder. Not too much, but honestly, the work, I made one for my sister. The amount of work I put into it, I don't think anybody would be willing to pay the price for it, essentially. And then I have my sewing section, or this is my list section, and I printed out the wrong lists that I meant to because it has amount and it's not supposed to. It's supposed to have date. So I know when I added it to my list. Doesn't matter, it's okay. I'll eventually reprint it. But sewing, crochet, pottery. And then I wrote a note so I remember to fix that next time before I print it. I have my book list back here, like book recommendations I get, and then the date, or I guess this is, I put number here, but the date that they were recommended to me. Yeah, it's December 30th. I haven't read any of them. My bad. Clearly you could tell from my tracker. Then back here is just like my random notes page. I was trying to figure out how to print, a little lore for you. I was trying to figure out how to print like bound journal for my sister, because she uses traveler notebooks, but she liked my monthly inserts. So I was like, okay, I'll make a bound version of it for you. It took some brain power to figure it out. And then I have one last picture from Istanbul with this little cat. Anyways, that's my 2026 Filofax. If you're interested, take a look at my Etsy. I have linked it for you below. And oh yeah, one more thing in case anyone's curious. I have this pen, this Conklin pen. It's a ballpoint pen. I really want to be a fountain pen person, and I bought two. I bought this one. I think it's Pilot, yeah. Kakuno. I like it, but I write with my finger really close to the pen edge. Sorry, this is turning into a review. I write with my finger really close to the pen edge where the ink comes out, and I always get ink on my finger, which is pretty annoying. I also got a Kaveco Sport in burgundy. I bought that in October, it's yet to arrive, but I pre-ordered it, so it was kind of my bad. Except, are you watching? Yeah, sorry, you are. They sent me the clip, and they charged me $7.99 for the shipping, which I'm like actually seething about, because if they charge me $7.99 again for the pen to be shipped here, oh, I'm gonna be so upset. I'm gonna have some choice words. I'll out the brand if they do that to me. We'll see. They don't necessarily deserve hate yet. Anyways, it's like a little precursor to what's to come. I'm excited. Anyways, if you have any questions, feel free to ask. If you're interested in the inserts, take a look at my Etsy, which I will link in the bio of this video, comments, I don't know. But yes, I love my Filofax. She's thick, but she's perfect.